Okay, these guys are going into the ground today. I planted them as little seeds on March 1st, and this is April 6th. And the frost days look like they're past. I sure hope they are. I've looked at the 10-day forecast. Looks like it'll be safe to plant these. Too much effort, too much energy, time, all this kind of stuff to lose these now. And happens every year that we plant a little early and then the frost nips them, and so much for that, we got to replant. But this looks safe, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. Okay, so these are Alice's Dream. That they're all kinds of colors. And for tomatoes. And these here are Black Beauties. They're totally black or dark purple. And the same for these, but they are smaller cherry tomatoes that are black. So the soil's all prepared and ready to go, so I'll go do it today. How strong and sturdy this guy is just after 5 weeks. I'm sure glad I planted these in the 18-ounce cups. And you can see that they're in 2 cups, 2 18-ounce cups. One of them is so that I can see through. And you can see the root systems that are growing down there. And I always keep enough water in there. And I've been hardening them off. I've been bringing them outside for the last week and a half or 2 when the weather's nice and the sun is out, so that they can be hardened off. So they're ready to go into the ground, and they're used to having sun on them, and they ought to do pretty good. To just give an idea what this is like, how I plant these, I get the 18-ounce cups that are see-through, and then I get these others, and I drill holes in the bottoms of them. And then when I put in the planting soil, the potting soil, I fill it up about halfway. And then as the seedlings begin to grow and get bigger, I add more and more soil. But I always keep the level of water all the way up to about to here. And I've noticed that when I take them outside, they really go through the water fast. So I have to put water in there on a regular basis, almost daily, because they really use that water. And so you got to stay with these things. And I got an excellent grow light. The grow light is just awesome. I'm so pleased that I got that particular grow light for these guys to get them going. This is the grow light, and I've got it extended as far as it can go up. And it was almost touching the tops of the tomatoes when I took them out. So, ready to plant these guys. And you can see the root system that they have grown all around in there. And I'm just going to place these in the dirt and see how they do. Pinched off some of the lower leaves. I'm going to add some water. When I put the water in, it kind of drives out the air pockets. And now I'm going to go ahead and surround it with more dirt. And I'm going to bring in the mulch around it. This is my first tomato plant planted for the season. And I went out and got some bamboo, cut some bamboo down the road. And I set up these things so that I can place strings up there. And as the plants begin to grow, then I can just tighten them down with my tomato clips. And let them continue to grow all the way up to the top. 5 more to go in this spot, and about 18 more to go along the cattle guard. It's all ready to go. But right behind me here, a while back, I planted these purple potatoes, and they're all coming up really nice. And these are really tasty potatoes. I like the purple potatoes. Okay, all planted, just 6. For now. And so they're all rinsed off. That is the red ones. Now I'll rinse off these, and then they'll be ready to go. You guys are next to be planted. And in the meantime, I put a coat of polyurethane on my chainsaw carved bear, and so he is drying. I'll put another coat on him probably in a couple of hours. I think he'll be dried. 2 big thick coats. Okay, these 6 tomato plants are called Alice's Dream. They come in an assorted variety of colors. And they've been planted in really good dirt. And now I'm gonna shove the mulch up to them so that they'll be protected and retain their moisture. And then after that, I have about a dozen more that I need to plant here. Those are gonna be the black beauties. So you can tell that I have a lot of thick mulch laid down in this garden area. Thick mulch gardening has really been great for me. But you notice that I plant in dirt and then I shove the mulch up to it. I do not plant into the mulch itself. And mulch is easy to move around. And I had a truckload yesterday that was delivered right over there. And then I just get on top of those piles and, you know, I move them down until they're only a couple, you know, about 2 feet thick. And I've done that over here on this side. And I did it over there with way over there with my deer fence, where I'm trying to safeguard my elderberries that the deers come in and eat. And I've also got other things here, like these are just beginning to bud out and put leaves on them. These are my muscadines. And they do really, really well. And well, while I'm at it, I might as well show you. I've got thornless blackberries. And they do well, but they're not blooming yet. But I bought a variety last year and planted it, and look at these guys. I mean, already they are just loaded. And I bought them because they're heavy producers. They do really well, and as I can tell. And I stuck the end of this thing down in the ground a few months ago, and you can see that it's already sprouting up right there, making its own root system, and looking forward to this kind of blackberry as well. Break from planting my tomatoes, and you can see all of our blueberries are just really coming out, and looking forward to that. And here's an elderberry that I planted it separate from all the other elderberries. And I guess, excuse me, if you can look real close right here, can you see the berries that are coming out right there at the end of my finger? And I put this fence around it just to safeguard it from the deer. And but it has about 20 of these berry sets on them, and this is its second year, and it started just as a stick. It looked like these sticks right here. Now, a few months ago, when I stuck these in the ground, it was just a stick. It wasn't anything but a stick. And but these elderberries do really, really well, and I have some. I discovered that if I will make the canes, the cuttings, long, they do even better so far as getting the jump on all the rest of them that are short, because they put on so much other leaves, so many other leaves. Since I'm taking a break, these are kiwi. And look at that. You can see the little tiny kiwi fruit right there, you know, close to my finger. And my son Joshua got this for me a couple of years ago. And the first year it frosted and killed off all the berries. But it's doing really, really well. Since I'm at it, I might as well show you the figs that are coming on really well. And they got froze out last year too, because of a late frost. I hope nothing like that happens this year. And while I'm taking a break from planting tomatoes, I might as well show you this. I can't see my hand. The sun is too bright and I can't tell. But if you can see my finger, right there in front of my finger are fruit. These are Japanese persimmons. These are Fuyu Japanese persimmons. And it's right here near my tomatoes. And these guys right here, these are persimmons too, but these are American persimmons. And I had probably 2 dozen off of this little tree here last year. They were very, very good. Tasted wonderful. While I'm at it, I might as well show you my mulberry tree. And the deer ate all the leaves off this thing, killed his partner, which I cut down the other day. But the deer just do terrible things to our crops around here. But I love mulberries. They're like a blackberry without seeds, and they're very sweet, very juicy. They grow on a tree. They come out in the spring. This is another Japanese persimmon tree, a fuyu. And what I did was I grafted, you can see down here where I grafted it about 3 years ago. And that graft took really well. I put it on American rootstock, and I just cut off the end of a branch before it budded out, and then I bud grafted into this little tree. And it's doing really, really well. It had persimmons on it last year. And I have another one over here. I don't mean to bore you all to death, but this is also a Japanese persimmon tree, which I grafted. You can see originally, I grafted it into the tree when it was out that big. Grafted it, put a bud right there, grafted it there, and then cut this off the top so it put all this energy into this thing. And it also produced persimmons last year. And this is my deer fence, surrounding 11 different varieties of elderberry. And there are 31 elderberry plants in here. This is just my experiment. This is not the way you want to do it normally. But this is the way I'm doing it for my experiment. And these are 8 feet tall, 6 foot tall chicken wire fence up to here. It's 8 feet tall. Can the deer get in there? If they're very, very motivated, they could probably get in there if they wanted to. But this is what I had to do when they were just destroying my elderberry plants. All of these right here I planted last year, and all of them were getting eaten down. And now you can see this year that they're really doing well. And the others are all new. They were sticks, and every single one of those has survived. I have a tent peg by them. Not that you could see some of these from here, but all different varieties. So there they are, all planted, mulched up, and ready to grow. Well, my friend Margaret, who's familiar with what we're doing around here, got in touch with me this morning and let me know that they had ice on their bird bath. She only lives 1 mile from here. This could be devastating to my tomato plants that I just planted in all this effort and energy. So I'm gonna check on them and see what's up. Fortunately, they are all doing really well. I don't know why she got ice just 1 mile away from me. And, but anyway, thank goodness, they're all still alive.